Sir, good evening, sir. May I start, sir?
Okay, Amrit sir, please move.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Good evening to one and all. A warm welcome to 42nd International Workshop on Sri Aurobindo Ghose, the diviner of Indian nationalism and Renaissance. Under International Workshop Series, a series of 100 programs every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Look up Aim High, Nation First, Self Next, Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav, jointly organized by Northeastern Hill University, Internal Quality Assurance Cell, Indian Society for Training and Development, ISTD Shillong Chapter, Meghalaya, in collaboration with Department of Philosophy and IQAC MORAN College, affiliated to the Brugger University, MORANHAT, ASSAM, and the Department of Philosophy, Sri VENKATESWARA University, TIRUPATI, Andhra Pradesh. A warm welcome to today's keynote speaker, my guru and collaborator, Professor P. Chennaiah sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor P.S. Shukla sir, Prabhasankar Shukla sir. Sir, my audio is audible, sir?
Clear, Amrit sir. Clear.
Rukmini madam, please check your audio because I think your network issue. So, Professor P.S. Shukla sir, Prabhasankar Shukla sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, Meghalaya, Professor Raja Reddy sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Venkateswara University, Professor Mithali Kaur ma'am, Principal, MORAN College, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Bhartakur sir, Coordinator, IQAC, MORAN College, Dr. Srutasini Gogoi madam, Head of Department of Philosophy, Coordinator, MORAN College, Professor B.S. Mipun sir, Chairperson ISTD Shillong Chapter, and Professor A.S. Dikshit sir, Director IQAC, NEHU, and noble participants. Under Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav, Professor Chennaiah sir rightly mentioned about Sri Aurobindo Ghose, a philosopher, a writer, educationist, and a freedom fighter. Professor Chennaiah sir many occasions informed about Sri Aurobindo Ghose. Sir attended many programs at the Pondicherry University as a chief guest, as a subject expert, selection committee member. Sir visited Aurobindo Ashramam. Myself, I visited MS Baroda University. I visited on building where Aurobindo Ghose stayed. I shared the same information with Dr. Srutasini madam the year 2020 March. So Professor Chennai sir going to share the philosophical aspects of Aurobindo Ghose, how he moved from the time British India to the French colony, Pondicherry. So many innovative things, maybe unseen, untold, unknown things Professor Chennai sir going to share with all of us. Professor Chennai sir always reading new things and original sources. That is why we can understand many things and see as it is without any bias. So uncover the covered things. Professor Chennai sir using this technique to see exactly what it is and what it was. So with this, we are going to. I am also myself also. I have some few things to share. The greatest lessons from Aurobindo Ghose at my PG days when I was studying MA philosophy also at B.Ed level and M.Ed level under Indian thinkers. I studied a lot about Sri Aurobindo Ghose. Professor Chennai sir lecture maybe inspire all the participants. There is no doubt at all. We can start our program as usual with Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sukhalam, Malayaj Sheetalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubhrajyosna Pulakitayamini, Pullakusumita Drumadalashobhini, Suhasini Sumadhurabhashini, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Thank you. I'm requesting Professor P. Chennai sir, today's keynote speaker, my guru and collaborator, to deliver keynote address. Over to Professor Chennai sir.
Respectable coordinator, Dr. Amrit sir, with the design for the program, and who has been constantly taking more efforts to do successfully these international webinars, conferences, workshops, and all the participants of the program. Sri Aurobindo is a freedom fighter, is an integrated. So he born in 1872, August 15th. So our Independence Day is August 15th. The birthday of Aurobindo also August 15th. It is a coincide relating with our program also. So he died in 5th December 1950 at the age of 78 years. So he born in Calcutta, West Bengal. He studied in England. Then he have come from India. He worked as a ruler for Baroda princely state sometime. After completion of that administrative ruling duty, he taught various types of aspects as a professor in different colleges. At that time, he observed the atrocities of British Empire in India. He has taken more steps to coordinate, to cooperate various types of revolutionary organizations. He actively involved to cooperate revolutionary organizations, movements, everything for getting freedom for India. So actually, Sri Aurobindo is a philosopher, educationalist, freedom fighter. But relating with the freedom movement, so he said, we need two types of freedom. One is a freedom relating with divine life, that is a psychological freedom. Another, in this country, a country of great philosophy, great things, it should have more freedom. So he has involved in the Swaraj movement. So here, what do you mean by Swaraj? So in the independence movement, we have self-governance. That is called, we remembered the home rule movement. Dr. Anibisent, a great philosopher, a theosophical leader, great saint, educationalist, also participated in the home rule movement. So that is relating with Swaraj, self-governance. we should rule ourselves. We have to develop our states and local bodies and everything, organizations. We have to give administration through our own people to our own country. That is a movement. So he involved in the Swaraj movement, Swadeshi movement. So here in the Swadeshi, so here this is a land for us. You are a Britishers. You are exploiting here. You are violating our rights. You are not giving any freedom. So we say that this land is ours. You have to quit from this place. This is a plate of great glory. We have to protect. We have to live here very safely. That's why he has said Swadeshi movement. Then he involved in the foreign goods boycott movement. So Mahatma Gandhi also participated, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, many great freedom fighters are involved in the foreign goods boycotting, prohibition of foreign goods in India. That is also involved because to protect Swadeshi industries, to use Swadeshi aspects, goods, materials. So here Aurobindo actively involved in the foreign goods boycott movement. Then national education. So while he was in the very active mode, he involved in the very violent and bombing and very destructive affairs, movements along with various revolutionary organizations. At that time, Britishers are in a position to arrest Aurobindo Ghose. At the time, when he has seen the violent incidents, revolutionary incidents with the violence, with the external force, with a different type of people, he has got some insight. Suddenly, he moved inwardly. Means our enemy is not only the external person, maybe a Britisher, a foreign ruler, but at the same time, we have another enemy within us. That is our weaknesses, our hypocrisy, our lack of clarity, our cowardness, our selfishness, our evil thoughts. These are the enemies for our life. He thought like that. Then he escaped from the revolutionary movements and the freedom movement. At that time, the Pondicherry was the colony of the French government. French colony, we have the Goa, it may be a Portuguese, British. Here, Pondicherry is a French. So there, the France people are ruling. That is a different country rule. So he has gone by boat to Pondicherry. Then he started meditation. He started Aravind Ashram there. Then his life was different. At the beginning stage, he studied in England. Then he have come to India. He worked as a ruler in princely state of Baroda. Then he thought as a professor for very important things in the colleges. Then he involved in the freedom movement relating with Swaraj, Swadeshi, foreign goods boycott, and the development of national education. Then he moved to Pondicherry, started. So here, his philosophy is he has divided life with three categories. One is ordinary life. The second is religious life. The third is a spiritual life. So many things with the self-realization. So he said, in the world we have three categories. The ordinary life. The ordinary life is relating with common people. They have no connection with the soul. They have no any insight. They are living without taking any hints from their inner soul. So they are following common habits of a body, mind, life. So they are fulfilling their body needs. They are enjoying some psychologically. So common people. no connection with their soul, commonly living. So the second category is said religious life. So here in the world we have various types of religions. Every religion has some creed, ideology, some sectarian outlook, dogmatic tenets, various types of rules and regulations. So here in the religious life, we find various types of rites, ceremonies relating with the annual, quarterly, yearly, relating with the ceremonies relating with the religion and God, various types of traditions of the religion. So here in the beginning stage in the ordinary life, they are not in a position to enter in the religious life. They are not in a position to enter in the inner consciousness and the spiritual life. But here in the religious life, this is a turning point. This is a entry point for a spiritual life. But almost in the religious life, people follow dogmatically various types of principles, practices, traditions, spending total time for various types of activities. But here, the ordinary life is a one way of life for for the world. Another religious life full of activities relating with religion, tradition, customs, ceremonies, all types of things. Then the spiritual life. So here he has a divine. He has a coined life should be life divine. So here, so the consciousness, free from consciousness, realizing soul. Realizing soul means realizing divine, living with the guidance of soul, that is a divine life. Spiritual life is the most important. That is the ultimate purpose of a human being. So here he expected, he has recommended divine life, which is a spiritual life. So Aurobindo said, the true knowledge will come from your inner soul. When your mind is free from thoughts, when you are in the silent position, when you have no any thought conceptions, when you are a pure state in your mind, then you will get right knowledge. So here, so the truth is a soul, inner consciousness, free from content of all knowledge. That comes when your mind is free from all mental conceptions and mental knowledge. That is the most important. So here Aurobindo is telling one should be have a goal in the life. If you have no goal in the life, you are meaningless. If you have no goal in the life, you won't get more energy relating with life and energy. You should have a goal. The goal should be wide, very transparent. Everything. So here one should be there. So here one should be very careful. The truth comes from realization of the soul. So he has given importance for yoga for realizing the soul. So he has prescribed of human life. You have to follow very carefully the external awareness relating with the world. At the same time, the internal consciousness. He is telling how to live. So here in the human body, we have various levels. So he has given a national education system. We should have a strong education system. The purpose of national education is realization of oneself. You have a extraordinary divine energy within you. You have to give scope, flowering of inner energies to the outside with the help of yoga and meditation. So you have to realize about yourself. If you are missing to know about yourself, then you won't get any excellency. You won't get any happiness, joy, and everything. So your soul is the most important. So if you know anything through your soul, that is a real experience, real knowledge. That is a love. If you know apart from soul, other sources, then that may be a bias, that may be a prejudice, that may be a false knowledge. So whatever you know through soul, that is a pure authentic knowledge. That knowledge should be there in the human being life. So here Aurobindo is telling how to live here in the world. So here is a very practical person. So he's telling, relating with the education, he has given education is meant for physical development, mental development, emotional development, vital development, and the development of the soul, realization of the soul, that is called spiritual development. He's saying, so the yoga and the physical exercises and the good physical fitness is most important. So for nutritious food, good habits, good life, because your body is a vehicle for your life. If you have a health, you can do anything. If you have no health, if you have no physical fitness, then there is no scope for you to do anything. So physical health is the most important in the realm of national education. Education should give most important for the development of a healthy body. So then healthy mind. So a mind free from all types of evil things, a mind free from all negative thoughts, a mind free from all evils. So mind should be very free, innocent. If you have an innocent mind, free from evils, then your mind give more insights relating with the human being life. So emotional development. So here in the human being life, our entire life relating with happiness and unhappiness depends upon the nature of the thoughts. If we have good thoughts, then our life will be very beautiful, because here our mind is just like a beautiful garden. We can sow thoughts as a seeds. You can show seeds for cultivating flowers. At the same time, we can show seeds for cultivating weeds. So in the same manner, we can keep thoughts for the development of the world, for happiness of other person, for happiness of oneself. If you have evil thoughts, negative thoughts, destructive thoughts, poisonous thoughts, that is harmful for the world, at the same type of oneself. So that's why good thoughts are most important. At the same time, free from all evil things are most important. That is called mind development. That is called mind education. Then emotions. Emotions are the forces. Emotions are the driving forces. If you have a positive emotions, then your life will be very pleasant. You see, in the world, we have a murderous incidents, stabbings, suicides, killing, jumping from the highest height building, so dashing the vehicles. So all types of emotional things are coming. So here we have to watch very carefully. We have to keep only positive emotions, love, affection, tenderness, compassion, cooperation, all types of things. If you have a negative emotions, just like a hatred, envy, disorder, corruption, angry, negative things, then there may be a different. That's why here the emotional development, education of emotions, education of thoughts. If you clean negative emotions relating with life, then there is no problem. So here the physical development, the mental development means a mind free from all impurities, only providing good thoughts. At the same time, emotional education, education free from negative emotions, only positive emotions, love, affection, tenderness, everything. Then the vital education. Here, this is a vital education means our prana, our breathing. We have to practice various types of breathing exercises to regulate the conditions of the brain, the conditions of the blood circulation, the inhalation, the exhalation, the retention, the various types of steps relating with inhalation, exhalation, retention. So here we receive life every moment from the nature. And if you miss receiving nature, means that may go to death. So inhalation is a birth, exhalation is a death. Again we have to take inhalation from the nature. So here we have a constant connection with the nature through the breath. So breathing exercises are the most important. Another, finally, here he said, relating with education, that is a realization from general consciousness to super consciousness, from content of memory to free from content, from mind to no mindness. So here you have to clean everything. So he prescribed a approach called meditation. He said, sitting silently, watching your thought process, watching your thoughts, allow all memories and thoughts. Don't say it is a good and it is a bad, it is a right and it is a wrong. Don't say anything positively or negatively. Set aside, keep aloof from outside, not having any attachment with your thoughts. Watch constantly. Here, if you watch constantly, your mind is full of thoughts. They may go in a silent position. Your mind will become very empty, just like a empty mirror, just like a sky without any clouds, a mirror without any dust, a paper without any ink. So your mind will become very pure and innocent. Then that is state called the divine state. So if you operate the divine state mind relating with all your life affairs, your life will be joyful, very pleasant. You can see divinity in the world. So he said, so he has coined a theory called divine life. So if you realize about your soul, the soul will give you all hints to you. So it may give intuition, it may give extraordinary energy, it may protect your life totally from birth to death. So have a relation with your soul. That is the most important. So here he is telling, so the life has no death, but the forms are different. He's telling, so this because the soul is a homeless ongoing process. It is going on from small position to big position. So the soul may change the form. So now our soul is in the human being form. It may live because entering soul in the body is a life. Living soul in the body is a life. Leaving soul from the body is a death. So it has experienced millions of lives. Now it is a human being form. It may go to different forms because it has a great experience. The experience of soul is the experience of universe. It has extraordinary understanding about various. That's why. So it is a divine thing. It is an enlightened thing. It has a great self-experience. You have to follow the hints of the soul. So here Aurobindo is telling that practical life is the most important. He said, we are doing two types of things in the world. One is the practical aspects, another is a theoretical. We may speak about perfect health. He is telling, if you are maintaining physically, mentally, emotionally, vitally, spiritually healthy manner with integrated manner, your practical life itself gives a more lesson for others. At the same time, sincerity, honesty. So here he selflessness. So detachment, happiness, sharing of good things, sharing of love, living peacefully every day. If you operate these feelings with a practical manner in every aspect of your life, this type of behavior, this type of moods relating with your body are a great lessons for others. So he's telling practical living is the most important than a theoretical expression. If you say something about anything, that may be a secondary. If you do anything with a practical person, that is a practical life in our life. So do all things with a practical manner. So here this is the most important thing in the life. So detachment. So what is the approach here? How to live here in the world? So you are a traveler in the world. You have come with the emptiness and you are going with the emptiness. You have no any right to stay permanently in the world. You are a traveler. That's why don't have attachment with anything in the world. If you have a more attachment in the world, there may be a great sorrow for you. Attachment is the great source for human suffering, Aurobindo says. That's why first you should be free from your mental conflicting situations. Your mind is the great source for all the things. That's why purification of mind is the most important thing in the life. That is the most important thing. So you are listen very carefully about human being life. That is the most important thing in the life. So otherwise there is a danger. So here Aurobindo telling, listen soul. So if you follow the soul, then you will get more understanding. So here the practical experience speaks more important in the human being life. Otherwise, there is a danger. So here in the Aurobindo, he has given importance for spiritual life. So in his total life, he's a freedom fighter. He has tried a lot for inner freedom. So he's telling, the God is within you. The bliss is within you. You are going outside. The outside are different things. You are going for acquiring money, pleasure, plots, properties, all types of things. You want to get more happiness. If you are depending on happiness for your mind, it is not possible, because in the mind you have filled with desires, ambitions, greeds, attachments, all the things. That's why you go beyond mind, beyond thought, beyond desire. You see soul. Soul is the best place. Soul is the pure place. Soul is the God. When you realize the soul, then you don't need anything in the world. So you will get extraordinary ecstasy, happiness, bliss. That is called nirvana. That is called moksha. That is called mahamudra. That is called enlightenment. Realization of soul is the ultimate goal of every human being. So here Aurobindo is telling, so through education, through right way of life, develop your physical body healthily, then clean your memories which are very harmful, have a clean mind, then good emotions based on helpingness, happiness, sharing and everything. Then do vital exercises relating with your prana and your life. Then start meditation and yoga. So watching from outside without having anything. So Aurobindo started used mind purification meditation. So here mind purification meditation means sitting silently, closing eyes, closing legs, closing hands, watching breathing, then going all types of memories recorded in the brain and mind. So the psychological part of brain is mind. The physiological part of mind is brain. So here in the mind, you have to watch very carefully. Watch without any expectation. Watch without saying anything. Watch constantly with a remote sense. Then watching creates purification. Watching creates purgation. Watching is a firing. Watching is a cleaning. Watching is the source for enlightenment. Watching is the way for realization of God. So to know soul means to realize God. So if you realize God, that is a divinity. Constantly operate your total life with the hints of the soul. Soul is a powerful thing. It has a great qualities. If you follow the soul will give you the quality of intuition, extraordinary energy, sensing, memory power, happiness, joy, tenderness, detachment, harmonious living, having a unity. So Jivatma and Paramatma, unity, your internal unity with the cosmic unity. So if you realize the soul, then you are not different from the cosmos. You are a part and parcel of entire universe. You are a friend for the birds, animals, trees, everything. You have a great compassion, water, air, fire, forest, mountains, sun, moon, everything. You will become a friend for the nature. So through self-realization, through unification of your inner soul with the cosmic soul, through the purification, through the method of meditation and yoga, you can realize, then you will live very integrated life. So Amreswar, I concluded this speech.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. Now I'm requesting the participants to interact with Professor Chennai, sir. Over to our participants. Vidyasagar, sir, you are texting something, please. Vidyasagar, sir, over to you.
Amareswar.
Sir. Vidyasagar, sir, and others.
Good evening, sir.
Please
Sir,
tell me.
What is the importance of, what is the significance of Aurobindo that is located in Sri Aurobindo Ashram, Pondicherry?
So actually, Aurobindo has a view that the entire world is a one family. So the all nations are created by political people. They are not true. The countries, the geographical countries, the boundaries of the countries are created by political people. So geographically, there is a division. All human beings are one. They may speak different languages. They may stay different parts of the world, but we have to unite the entire world with the meditation and yoga. If your mind have no any conflicts, divisions, disorders, images, if you are not thinking any nationality, any patriotic outlook, any image, then you are part and parcel of the entire universe. That's why here the purpose is to unite the entire world without having any discriminations. That is meant for human unity, because through yoga and meditation, if you clean your mind, if you unite your life with the cosmos, then you will get more peace in the. So that is the purpose of world integration and world peace development, living with harmoniously all people of the world. That is the purpose. I know Subramaniam Ganapati ji.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Shall I ask one more doubt, sir?
Yes, ask
Sir,
more questions.
one of the Aurobindo message was, when reason died, then wisdom was born. From my own point of view, without reason, we can't realize or attain wisdom. What is your opinion about it? What is your opinion?
Once more, please. Pardon. Once again, you say.
So he says, when reason died, then wisdom was born. So without reason,
when reason died,
wisdom was born. Wisdom was born.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So without the reason, we can't realize it, the wisdom. We can't realize or attain wisdom. So what is your suggestion, opinion about it?
So actually, we receive knowledge through our sense organs. Through eye, we record picture. Through ear, we record sounds. Through nose, we record smells. Through tongue, we record taste. Through skin, we record touches. So here we have in our mind we have picture, sounds, smells, tastes, and touches. So our mind is filled with these 5 elements. So this is called experience. This is called memory. This is called knowledge. So the reason comes from the memory, reason comes from the knowledge. So the knowledge is limited because it is based on the sense organs experiences. Our experiences are limited, our knowledge is limited. That's why we get reasoning source on the basis of our limited knowledge. So here it has a limited understanding about anything. It is based on only limited knowledge. So here wisdom means it is a beyond reason, beyond knowledge. The wisdom functions from intuition, extrasensory thing. It operates through the help of a soul. So if we have a very powerful soul connection, telepathy and clairvoyance, we can sense many things. So here, if you use a reason for enlightenment, it is not possible, because the reason is based on knowledge. That is a very limited, that is a content. In the knowledge, we find very fragmentary things. So that is a limited things. That's why we can't achieve wisdom through reason. If you watch our knowledge through awareness, through meditation, we may keep our reasoning material, our knowledge in a separate place in the brain cells. Then you can find more space in our brain cells. From that space, you can get more wisdom. Because, for example, you see, you have a torchlight. You have a torchlight in the front part. You have a glass. If you close that front part glass with a black paper, then you won't get any lighting from the torchlight. So if you remove that black paper from torchlight front glass, then you can see light. In the same manner, the reason, the knowledge, the impressions are working just like a black paper in the soul. So here meditation is removing that black paper and giving scope for flowering of inner soul. That's why, so the reason is a very limited. This is just like a black paper. To remove that reason, memory is the most important for flowering of wisdom. So it is true. So if you go beyond reason, beyond knowledge through meditation, then we'll see wisdom.
Sir, I think some difference is there, that is between wisdom and enlightenment, sir.
So here, these are synonymous words. We have a the wisdom has a different meanings, but actually in the spiritually they are synonymous, because in the wisdom, so here knowledge is accumulation of information from sense organs. So here acquiring information is a knowledge, but the wisdom is so cleaning a knowledge, keeping knowledge in the silent place, creating an empty space in our inner souls, in the soul, soul or brain cells. That is nothing but wisdom. So wisdom comes from emptiness. So here you see the flute, the musical flute. In the flute, we don't find any material or anything in the inside of the flute. So we get music from the emptiness. In the same manner, if you keep our entire knowledge and everything in the brain cells, if you keep a total inner space, from that inner space we get creativity, innovation, wisdom and everything. So here you see the flute. There we don't find anything, only hollow bamboo. Then we get music. In the same manner, if you create purity in our mind, then you will get wisdom, enlightenment, God, bliss, everything. These are synonymous languages. Venkata Subramanian Ganapati ji.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Who was the spiritual guide of Sri Aurobindo? There are so many spiritual guides, sir.
Actually, so he has not taken any traditional spiritual guru on everything, because he has got this enlightenment everything with a natural manner, with the activities of the world, because he has seen the British imperial atrocities in India. He has seen various problems in the India. So one way, in the natural manner, without helping anybody, with a spontaneous manner, through the guidance of soul, he got these things. Because through life experiences, spontaneously with the affairs of life, he learned yoga, meditation, and education, everything. Through self-knowledge only, he got this thing. He's a original person who got realization. So through one's own experiences, one's own transformation, one's own life affairs, he got this Venkat Subramaniam Ganpati ji.
Okay, sir. Thank you for your wonderful explanation, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Srinivasal Reddy and others. Vidyasagar ji, you can ask instead of texting. You are always texting, please. You can interact. Can we say Indian scriptures, Gita also affect thought of Aurobindo?
What, Amrit sir?
Sir, Vidyasagar ji from Pune, he is asking, is there any impact of Gita on Aurobindo?
So actually, he has discussed and he has said about the Gita. So here, Aurobindo is telling, relating with Gita, relating with one affair. So relating with Karma Yoga, do your duty with detachment. So you have to do every affair without any expectation. That thing we find very impressive relating with the Gita by Aurobindo. So Aurobindo studied, Aurobindo said something about the Gita. So here the part of yoga relating with the yoga part of Gita, Jnana yoga part and the Karma yoga part, how to live for purification of mind, for a detachment, to live with a pure manner. These things he got more impression. But Aurobindo got this with practical self-realization, but he has studied various types of books and he visited. He got all connection with our ancient literature, including Gita. But Aurobindo got great admiration on Nishkama Karma. Do your duty without any expectation. You have to live with the selflessness. So you have to do yoga and meditation. Clean your mind every moment. Just like a bath, clean your mind every moment. Then you will get more bliss and everything. These things we find in the Aurobindo relating with Gita, Amrit sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Any other? Sushila madam? Dr. Sushila madam?
Kranti Kumari is available.
Yes, yes. Tell me, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sushila madam and Kranti madam all are available, sir.
Yes, yes. Yes, please ask some questions.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Oh, sir, this is Shanchoita Nag. I'm research scholar from ASSAM University, Silchar. So my
Okay.
question
Oh.
is,
Please,
yes,
ma'am,
sir,
continue,
my
ma'am.
question is how integral yoga is different from Ashtanga yoga, so which is given by Maharishi Patanjali.
So here you see, in Indian philosophy, we have a yoga system. In the yoga system, we have a Ashtanga yoga. So in the Ashtanga yoga, we have a yamas. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Aparigraha, Brahmacharya. We have a Nima, Saucha, Santosha, Tapa, Swadhyaya, Iswara Pradhana. The third is a asanas, then is a pranayamas, then pratyaharana, inwarding the outer senses, then dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So here concentration of one thing and meditation, watching every affair, and samadhi. Here we don't find difference between subject and object, the experiencer and the experienced, the jivatma and paramatma. So total unity we find in the samadhi stage. So it is relating with Ashtanga yoga of Patanjali. So here the integral yoga relating with Sri Aurobindo. So he has given not like this systematically, but we find the integral yoga also relating with body, mind, soul, everything. So we find indirectly the more contents which are available in the Ashtanga yoga. So in the integral yoga means you have to develop good body, good health, good mind, good emotions, then have a fitness relating with your breathing, then watch your inner soul with peaceful. So you have to watch with a detached outlook, don't say anything. If you watch very carefully with indifferent mood, with silent, then you will get more. So here we find the expression point of view different, but if you go psychologically deep low, we will find similarities, but the both ways lead to enlightenment, peaceful outlook we find, because just like in the ocean we find some islands. So in the upper part, we find islands separately. But if you go deeply in the ocean, we don't find any islands and everything. In the same manner, here in the integral yoga and the Ashtanga yoga, if you go deeply, we will find the same root. But in the expression may be silent, but more similarities are there. The language expression may be different here and there. So are you clear? Your name, please?
My name is Sanchoita Nath. I'm from West Bengal and I'm doing my PhD in Assam University, Silchar.
Okay, very good, very good.
Thank you, sir. It's a very, now I'm clear, like difference between integral yoga and Ashtanga yoga. Thank you.
Very good, very nice.
Okay, sir.
So,
Yes, sir. Good evening.
hello.
Sir,
Oh,
good evening.
Venkateswara. Welcome,
Sir, good
please
evening,
welcome.
Sir,
Very
we
well.
are one of the popular yoga guru in Andhra Pradesh. No doubt at all. Your health, our heredity is depending upon our yoga system.
Yes.
We are very lucky people to born in this country because our hereditary is our path. Actually, we are attached with your speech is very much relevant to the day-to-day life people because the detachment is the physical body.
Yes.
The soul is not taking any physical body. It is a journey, nothing but a journey. So soul in between the journey touch so many bodies. Like that, in this country, this is our hereditary. So reality is your enlightenment is more relevant to the recent life of the individual. So thank you very much, sir. Your enlightenment regarding Aurobindo, you are related to the philosophy also like this. Not only Aurobindo, the ideas of philosophy also.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
So very good because you understood very nicely because our past karmas also some source for doing yoga, enlightenment, everything. So for doing something, we are doing, see here our Amreswar started these programs with just like a flash last year in the month of June. For the purpose of human integration, for giving some good things for the world, we started. So you have come to live the program, Venkateswara Garu. We feel very happy. We enjoy your beautiful
Thank you,
expression.
sir. From the
Thank you.
last 1 month, I am very busy in conducting examinations because only I am unable to follow the continuation of the lectures. Very sorry, sir.
Understood. We understood because you are the head of the department. You have more responsibilities. You are a person of sincerity. So you have organized very conferences, but you are a person of gratitude and respect. We appreciate your dynamic outlook. All the best. We feel very happy for your arrival
Thank
in
you very
the
much, sir.
live program.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, Venkateswara.
Sir, Sinaya sir.
Please, Susila Garu. Dr.
Namaste.
Susila Garu. Namaste.
I have small doubt.
Ask me.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Your voice
Okay.
is very clear.
Okay, thank you.
Ah.
Nowadays, I'm seeing some of the videos. They are saying three-dimensional, 4-dimensional, 5-dimensional, 6-dimensional, 7-dimensional, like that. 24 dimensions there, it seems. So, to cross each dimension, there are some practices. At one dimension, we can hear clairvoyance and we can visualize some of the things. And at some dimensions, we can go physically to other places. How it can be possible? What are the dimensions? How to achieve those dimensions?
So actually, so I am listening, but I have no any practical experiences relating with the various types of dimensions. But I have experience relating with one aspect with the practical life, and not the experiences of others, not reading from the books, with my own experiences last many years. So if you do meditation, mind watching meditation, automatically when you get more purification in the mind, when you are free from mental conceptions, your inner soul will give a quality called intuition. That is called extraordinary sensory perception. Because I experienced these things many times. So maybe 10 years back when I was traveling in a four-wheeler, suddenly I got one message when I was in the back seat. So within half minute or 1 minute, the two tires will spoil your vehicle. So I immediately, within a seconds, I instructed the driver. So you move with a slow manner. Then immediately within half minute, the two tires burst. That is the one experience. So here, many things in my life. Actually, I have not disclosed my experiences in many programs. Many things I have sensed practically, even for our Amareswar also, before getting job in 2012. Before that, when he was a research scholar, we have gone by walk. Then I have seen his hand. I said, this is a preparatory PTA. You will get any time this job. So recently, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, I said, you may get more positions, you may be more busy, but he got recently many memberships, many positions. So we said this to practical intuition through the guidance of the soul. But we have no understanding about the various types of levels. So if you do meditation, sometimes your soul may help you for clairvoyance and telepathy also. It depends upon the purity of the soul capacity. Susila Garu. Amareswar.
Madam, you got it, ma'am?
Okay.
Madam?
At the end, I lost the voice.
Okay.
You are saying some experiences, sir.
Tell me.
You are saying some experience, that scooter experience, and afterwards, Amaresh experience.
Actually,
after that, I lost.
Yes, actually, it is there in many experiences, but we want to give more personal experiences. But actually, it is there. If anybody done deeply meditation, the soul will give the power of intuition. Through intuition, you may sense, you may listen many things. It is there. It is possible for every human being. It is not for any purpose. So it depends upon how you are cleaning your mind, how you are touching your soul. That is the most important. If you have deep realization relating with your soul, then you may get more powers. It is there. So while I was going, many things are there, because when I was going to Greece, Athens, I have to travel 6 flights. Then I started meditation. So I am going alone with Germany, Greece, and many things. So shall I get any danger, anything? So immediately I got through meditation, no danger for you. I moved because this type of experiences I am not telling. This may be some occasion. It is there for soul sensing. Thank you, Susila garu.
Thank you, Andy.
Amrit sir.
Yes, sir. Any other?
So you ask one question, then you will start, Amrit sir.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful keynote address and discussion. Really, what made Aurobindo to shift from patriotism to the devotion?
So here he has a great patriotic outlook. So he's yeah, at the beginning stage he has given patriotism relating with our country and freedom and everything. In the later stage, he extended patriotism for the entire world. The world is a one family. We have to give respect that we have to protect the entire world as a patriotism. Now we are protecting for one country, but all human beings should have a quality of patriotism to think that all world is a one country, and we have to give, we have to protect our world. That another angle. So here, because of the terrific incidents he has faced in the freedom movement, so he has moved with revolutionary people, those who are bombing in the railway stations, in the platforms, and the here and there. So British people noted Aurobindo's name, and they are searching here and there to arrest and to send to the jail. So Aurobindo got this information suddenly through that terrific and terrible incident has given him for penetrating inwardly. Then immediately he gone to port. By ocean, he traveled to Pondicherry, because if I hear in the India, there may be a imprisonment, there may be a jail experiences, and that's why I want to free from this area and this moment and everything. I want to go inside to see freedom inside. Then he started. So he expected inner freedom, inner realization, inner bliss through inner cleaning, through yoga and meditation. So he got that realization, devotion, or realization through the incidents of freedom movement struggle. He has not accepted, his body, mind has not accepted the terrific things, the violent incidents, the ferocious incidents, the bombing, the criming, the doing, the negative effects, because he has no acceptance for that way of life. That's why he said, so the real enemy is not only from external world, from the various types of people. Your inner enemy is your cowardness, your hypocrisy, your self-centeredness, your ego-ness, everything. So if you want to get more friendliness, happiness, clean your inner enemies. They are greed, selfishness, hypocrisy, cowardness, and everything. Then he started. So British imperial government atrocities. So the cases relating with Aurobindo by Britishers, the terrific bombing and the incidents in the Calcutta. These are the some of the incidents we find for shifting from freedom movement to the inner freedom movement. Amrit sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Anyone last?
Welcome.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Kranti madam,
okay.
please.
Sir,
Kranti
namaste,
Kumari.
sir.
Welcome.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. My doubt is, sir, it is quite common, attachment and detachment in professional life. All the professors or elders like you suggest us be passionate towards your professional life. Enjoy every moment your professional life and personal life. In this process, we get connected with the people. Sometimes when we have to leave the place or the people or the situation, how can we all of a sudden detach
with them. Of course, as a teacher, I'm really attached with my students. When it happens to me to disconnect, I mean detachment, how can I? Because being a human being, it is a tough, difficult thing for me, sir. How can I, sir?
So
How can I overcome this? Okay, sir.
yes, it is a beautiful expression. You see, um, in a small temple, we find 4 pillars. The 4 pillars are in the different place. They have some space. We may construct a temple on the basis of 4 pillars with maintaining a space. So here in the world, the wife and husband, the lovers, the friends are at the beginning very passionate, happy, and loving mood. After some time, they may get diverse enmity, because if you want to live here in the world, we have to take the law of balance. You should be always limited. You should maintain space. So while we are driving, we are driving, we are following traffic rules. In the same manner, for good things, you may be very close. Some bad things, you may be very free from that. Because here, when you are moving anything, if you have an inner space, you have not too much attachment and too much detachment. You are in the space. For example, you are in front of the fire. You have some inner space between your fire and yourself. Then you don't find any problem. If you move very close to the fire, it may give burning. In the same manner, in the human being life, if you are too close, then there is a danger to escape from that. That's why you give love, you give affection, you give more things, but maintain some inner space. Maintain from inner space means detachment. Don't be too close. So here, for a wife and husband, lovers and everything, if they are not too close, if they talk only limited things, if they won't enter the personal privacy, if they live with maintaining some space, then their entire life will be beautiful. But people are trespassing. People are avoiding space and entering very close. So the 4 pillars are coming very close. Is it possible for the construction of the temple? If they stay in the separate space, then we may construct that building or a temple. In the same manner, if you maintain some inner space for affection, love, everything is beautiful. So understanding our relationship, moving with some people with closeness, with the maintenance space. If you find any people were negative, then we have to avoid that. So understand the relation, maintain space relation, following a balance. These are most important for peaceful way of living. Kranti Kumari, do you got any message?
Yes, sir. I can understand, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Amrit sir.
Sir, thank you very
Amrit.
much, sir, for your wonderful keynote address and interaction. Now, with your
Thank you.
permission, may I
Okay.
go for presentation, sir?
All the best, Amrit sir.
Thank
Please
you, sir.
move.
Right. Good evening to one and all. Dr. Professor Chennai sir, keynote speaker, collaborator, my guru, and Dr. Sotosini madam, and all senior teachers and participants, scholars, newly joined participants. Sri Aurobindo Ghose, the diviner of Indian nationalism and Renaissance. Here, the only one learning outcome of the present session, learning the greatest lessons from Sri Aurobindo Ghose. Before going to our main topic, let us refresh by listening the great song of Lata Mangeshkar.
वन्दे एहसास थोड़ा तो जगाए अपने दिलों में हम क्या नाम है अपना जहां में खड़े हैं कहाँ पे हम है हमें जाना कहाँ चले हैं कहाँ पे हम हमसे पूछे है ये मांगने वतन जाना है तारों से आगे अपना रुकेंगे हम एक नई सुबह जगाई सारे जहां पे हिम्मत करे आगे बढ़े नए रास्तों पे हम सारी दुनिया अपनी मादरी वतन तुझे सलाम ओ तुझे सलाम तुझे सलाम तुझे तुझे एहसास थोड़ा तो जगाए क्या नाम है अपना जहां में एक नई सुबह जगाए हर इंतजार है जहां
Right. So on 11th July, the government of India already declared we crossed 140 crores of population. 2020, just for 1 year, we are going to cross even China also, according to United Nations already on the occasion of World Population Day, they declared. Right. What is the real name of Sri Aurobindo? Here, Aurobindo Ghose, sometimes they spell Aravinda also. Sri Aurobindo Ghose, also spelled SHRI or SRI Sri here. In the August, already Professor Chennai sir mentioned on the day of independence, 15th August 1872. Now we are calling Kolkata, earlier Calcutta, but passed away on December 5th, 1950 at the age of 78 years. Yogi is a philosopher, poet, and Indian nationalist who propounded a philosophy of divine life on earth. Right. What is the philosophy of Sri Aurobindo Ghose? Life here, Aurobindo's life philosophy is a synthesis of idealism, realism, naturalism, and pragmatism. That's why Professor Chennai sir is an integral yoga. We are coming to the concept. According to him, jnana, knowledge, and bhakti, devotion, and karma, work, ethics can lead man to the divine path. So not only bhakti, we need both knowledge, all bhakti and karma. So work is worship. Some people, they can say by just simply praying God, or if you, this is not enough. In the pragmatist perspective, we need to work and lead man to the divine path. But the synthesis of here spirituality, creativeness, and intellectuality is essential for sound personality. Already, a sound mind in a sound body. So physical health and mental health, everything is important. Chittarutti Nirodha yoga. So thoughtless mind, how to, so what is a yoga according to Aurobindo? So one of our research scholars from Assam University also, so they asked, here in modern day, the term yoga has connotations of dedicated discipline of physical exercises and body posture that promise a sound physical and mental health, healthy lifestyle, healthy mind, and better here physical body. On the occasion of centenary celebrations of Assembly Bihar, Government of Bihar, Honorable Prime Minister of India informed about the health secrets of himself to the RJD, Lalu Prasad Yadav, youngest son. Now he is leading the party. See how nicely is it, even though they feel that collaborate are opposition leaders, but this is the greatness of our right. Why is Aurobindo Ghose famous? At Pondicherry, Sri Aurobindo developed a spiritual practice. He called here, our one of participants also asked this one, integral yoga. The central theme of his vision was the evolution of human life into a divine life in divine body. So here Professor Chennai sir used the right word, the divine. So Ganapati ji also asked about wisdom and the divine. Why is Aurobindo yoga called integral? Just when I research scholar asking about the integral yoga concept that we recalled on the occasion of 21st June, we International Yoga Day, we organized international workshop on here Tantra Yoga. In Tantra Yoga is beyond. Actually, the integral yoga, Tantra Yoga is the highest level, but below Tantra Yoga, we can take it as an integral yoga. Here, the whole principle of integral yoga is give oneself entirely to the divine alone and to nobody here else, and bring down into ourselves by union with the divine mother all the here transcendent light, power, here wideness, peace, purity, truth, consciousness, and ananda of here supramental, divine, super here, supernatural, extraordinary. So it is your duty not only practice. There are so many other asanas are also in the here. What are the 4 layers of human mind according to Aurobindo? Because until unless if you don't win your mind, it is not possible for you to control your behavior. Sri Aurobindo here describes 4 layers of mind, namely Chitta, Manasa, Buddhi, and intuition. Professor Chennai sir rightly mentioned about here, whenever it is your duty to use your intuition, Antarbhuddhi. So Buddhi and the Antarbhuddhi. So the mind, according to Bhagavad Gita also, mind just like a small child. So whenever a small child moving, he always try to touch whatever appears in front of him. So your mind is also like that. It is our duty to control mind. Those people we can in the celebrities nowadays, and even cine actors, politicians, they are not in a position to control their tongue words. So they are facing problem. Chitta is here, storehouse of memory, and it serves as the foundation of all other layers. So right here, this is really the part of one of articles I read. Sri Aurobindo was one of the most creative and significant figures in the history of Indian Renaissance and Indian nationalism. That's why we selected the topic. Remaining here, Roland regarded him as the highest synthesis of the genius of East and West and the prince among the Indian thinkers. So he's recalled, he mentioned as the prince of all Indian thinkers. Dr. Radhakrishnan Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan described Aurobindo as the most accomplished of modern Indian thinkers. Tagore here painted him as the messiah of Indian culture and civilization. C.R. Das called Aurobindo as the poet of patriotism. See, the prophet of nationalism and lover of humanity. So it is very good. What is the ultimate aim, ultimate goal? So it is not in a violent way. It is always in a peaceful way. Aurobindo was indeed a versatile genius, great poet, a multi-here, a profound thinker, notable metaphysician, a great seer, and an ardent patriot. His writings represent the crystallization of new and rising soul of India and have a spiritual message for humanity, the ultimate aim. That's why whatever type of God you believe, whether Allah, Jesus, or Lord Buddha, or Mahavira, or Lord Krishna, so it is your duty the spirituality. Actually, the main aim of spirituality is loving all, irrespective of caste, irrespective of region, irrespective of religion, irrespective of gender, without showing any partiality, as it is Professor Chennai sir always mentioned. Still, I remember really in the yesterday program also, my participant told it is a great opportunity to listen the great words of Professor Chennai sir. So this is just a trailer to understand how the Aurobindo Ghose. He was sent to England at the age of 7. After 14 years, when he returned to India, the Indian situation was different. You can watch how it was. Just buffering, it takes only a few seconds. Right. This is Aurobindo Ashram. Right. Someone want to visit, you can. The life of Sri Aurobindo.
1893. Sri Aurobindo was coming back from the West to India to surprise her from her slumber of inertia. After 14 years in England, Sri Aurobindo touched the soil of India early in 1893 at Aurobindo, Bombay. Mother India welcomed him, embracing him with a vast peace. At the age of 5, Sri Aurobindo had been admitted into an English convent school at Darjeeling. Then, when 7, he had been taken to England. His parents, Dr. Ghose and Sonata Devi, child Sri Aurobindo, transplanted in the alien earth at that tender age, Sri Aurobindo was made to study at Manchester, London and Cambridge, shining everywhere as a brilliant student. But when it came to passing the ICS, he deliberately absented himself from the writing test and got himself disqualified. But irresistible was the call of Mother India, the mother who was beautiful, who was divine. On the eve of leaving England, young Sri Aurobindo wrote, "Me from her lotus heaven, Saraswati has called to regions of eternal snow, and the Ganges, pacing to the southern sea, Ganges upon whose shores the flowers of Eden blow." After reaching India, Sri Aurobindo straightaway went to Baroda and took up a job assigned to him by the Gaikwad, Maharaja Sayaji Rao. 13 years Sri Aurobindo spent at Baroda as a secretary to the Maharaja, then as a professor of French and English at the Maharaja's College, later its vice principal, and then as its acting principal. During this period, he married Mrinalini Devi at Calcutta. But his main activities, even during this period, could seldom be discerned from the surface. He was having a rendezvous with the soul of India, with her magnificent heritage. He knew that the supreme mysteries of the creation and of man's destiny are hidden here. And the supreme discoveries of these mysteries, too, must be possible here. To Sri Aurobindo, Mother India was not a piece of earth. She was a power, a godhead. Now her freedom became his first concern. Following his direction, some of his trusted lieutenants organized secret societies at several places in India. Members of these militant societies were prepared to make any sacrifice for the cause of independence. Preparing the ground for a nationwide political upsurge was not the only thing which preoccupied him then. He was determined to achieve unity with God. Once, here in Kashmir, on Shankaracharya Hill, there came to him spontaneously the experience of the vacant infinite. Experience after experience followed. But still his first and foremost concern was the awakening and the liberation of India. The government wanted to strike a fatal blow to the emerging spirit of nationalism in India, particularly in Bengal. Lord Curzon introduced his notorious scheme for the partition of Bengal. Immediately, there was a determined protest from the people. In a mammoth gathering, patriots and educationists of Bengal, under the leadership of Raja Subodh Malik, swooped down upon the main center of the revolutionary youths at Murari Pokur Gardens of Calcutta, Sri Aurobindo's paternal property. Simultaneously, the government arrested Sri Aurobindo. For 1 year, the trial continued in the Alipur Sessions Court, before the judge, Mr. Beechcroft. He had been Sri Aurobindo's classmate at Cambridge. major newspapers were full of reports of the day-to-day proceedings. But while the outside world was full of sensation, Sri Aurobindo remained as detached as a remote star. He was having splendid spiritual experiences of realizing Vasudeva as a divine in every object, in every being. Guidance to proceed to the French colony of Pondicherry. Now he must dedicate himself to explore the uncharted horizons of man's destiny. Providence had chosen Pondicherry for this adventure in consciousness. Sri Aurobindo was received by his admirers at Pondicherry and was taken to the house of Shankar Chetty on the 4th of April, 1910. As came the mother, so gathered around her the children from all parts of the world, not ascetic sannyasis, but sadhaks of a life based on spiritual realization. The ideal being, the attainment to the life divine here, on this earth and in the earthly existence. Thus grew the Sri Aurobindo ashram spontaneously in the course of the years, with Sri Aurobindo and the mother as its center. An eternal perfection is molding us into its own on the 5th of December, 1950. For 4 days the body remained aglow with the light which he had brought down. Descending from the high mountain peak, the river, at its first fall on earth, may play violence with the earth. But for miles and miles thereafter, it makes the earth smile with flora and makes her children smile with life. Perhaps through a colossal strategic sacrifice, symbolized in giving up the body, Sri Aurobindo facilitated the flow of the supramental light into the earth that will usher in the dawn of man's new destiny. The body was laid in Samadhi on the 9th December. This is how the mother's inscription describes the significance of the master's body. To thee who has been the material envelope of our master, to thee our infinite gratitude. Before thee who has worked, struggled, suffered, hoped, endured so much, before thee who has willed all, attempted all, prepared, achieved all for us, before thee we bow down and implore that we may never forget, even for a moment, all we owe to thee.
Right. True knowledge is not attained by thinking. It is what you are. It is what you become. So this is a wonderful quote of Sri Aurobindo. True knowledge is not attained by thinking. But right now, what our educational things, you think, but each philosophers, educationists, they have their own way of learning, teaching, research, extension, and realization. Right. The first principle of true teaching is that nothing can be taught. So that's why NEP 2020 is also this encouraging the students instead of how to learn, instead of learning how to learn, here nothing can be taught. Actually, according to the constructivist approach also, constructivism also, every an individual, he or she is constructing his or her own knowledge. Suppose I am understanding based on my previous knowledge and past experience. Here we have many participants are there. Everyone is maybe a taking or gaining based on their previous knowledge and past experience. That's why heredity and environment playing a major role. When mind is still, then truth gets a chance to be heard in the purity of the silence. That's why the Puttaparthi Satya Sai Baba in Anantapur, now the Puttaparthi separate district in Andhra Pradesh, the avatar of Shirdi Sai, we feel, I think, silence, Prasanti Nilayam. So a pin drop silent. So silence is always very good. Life is life, whether in a cat or dog. In the end of the video also, they mentioned the same thing. So realization, he has the presidency jail, he realized. So everyone, everything is, whether in a cat or dog or man, there is no difference between a cat or a man. The idea of difference is a human conception for man's own advantage. My love is not a hunger of the heart. My love is not a craving of the flesh. It came to me from God, to God returns. So this is wonderful. All problems of existence are essentially problems of harmony. Here few are those from whom the grace withdraws, but many are those who withdraw from the grace. So actually, many spiritualists, philosophers, they say God has given 5 sense organs. When you have intuition, it is our duty to see the unseen things through our inner soul. But many people, today I read one article, Indian youth are consuming more alcohol, so many problems. Now, almost 80 to 90% of the youths are consuming alcohol at least once in a month. Like this is the statistical report provided by the government of India itself. Courage and love are the only here indispensable virtues. Even if all the others are eclipsed or fall asleep, these two will save the soul alive. So courage and love. That's why my mantra is also love, love, love. Care in action better. If you try to love your enemies also, there may be a chance to change. So revenge is never give any type of solution. The whole world here earns after freedom at catch creature is in love with his chains. This is the first paradox and inextricable knot of our nature. So love, love always. So we do not belong to the past down, but to the noons of the future. Even Puttaparthi Sai Baba also mentioned the same thing. The past is beyond recovery. We are not sure of the future. The given moment is the right time. Do right action. Good and bad, pain and pleasure. All these originate within man, not outside. Our actual enemy is not, Professor Chennai sir during his keynote address mentioned, any force exterior to ourselves, but our own crying weaknesses, our cowardice, our selfishness, our hypocrisy, our blind sentimentalism is it inside. That's why integral yoga, know yourself, die yourself. The philosophy also say the same thing. Pain is the hammer of the gods to break a dread resistance in the mortal's heart. Late I learned that when reason died, then wisdom was born. So Venkateswara are asking the same thing. Before that liberation, I had only knowledge. So here knowledge is actually a lowest level. We need to go wisdom. The Gita is the greatest. Here from Pune, Vidyasagarji, you are asking what is the impact of Gita on Aurobindo. This is the answer. The Gita is the greatest of spiritual works ever given to the race. So Gita is the answer for many problems in the human life. Even the management institutions, yesterday the government of India announced the ranking, National Institute of Ranking framework all over in education institutions, all over universities and colleges. So here the rankings, almost good ranks goes to the IITs, IISc, and the central universities. But nowadays, many private universities also. Here, there is n number of examples. It is our duty. Here, care not for time and success. Act out thy part, whether it be to fail or to prosper. Unfortunately, one way or another way, this ranking system here, success, I'm telling, care not for time and success, but every institution, if you try to keep all teaching, non-teaching students to be happy. When I was reading one article, one of the international writers rightly mentioned one child, teacher asked, what is your aim? My aim is not to become a doctor or an advocate or someone or something. I want to be a happier person, happiest person, a happy citizen. Is it? Yes. Many people, how they are not in a position to feel happy. They have cause. A Chinese saying is there. They have bed but no sleep. They have money. So what to do? So it is our duty to think differently. Man is a transitional being. He is not a final. The step from man to Superman. Many people, the cartoon channels, they're watching Superman, Shaktiman, is the next approaching achievement in the Earth evolution. It is inevitable because it is at once the intention of the inner spirit. That's why Aurobindo Ghose shifted from your patriotic fighting nature to the inner independent and the logic of nature's process. At the end here, in the midst of the darkness and distress of today's world, Aurobindo provides a ray of hope to mankind. He envisaged a new man, a new society, and a new civilization. To conclude with the Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, Aurobindo was the greatest intellectual of our age and a major force for the life of the spirit. India will not forget his services to politics and philosophy, and the world will remember with gratitude his invaluable work in the realm of philosophy and religion. This is the greatest. So all teachings, lessons of Sri Aurobindo is very, very useful in the present day also, because the spirituality is the only way, whether even the moksha, different ways are there, but ultimate truth is God. This is myself and Dr. Sotosini Madams. So we are really grateful to all the participants. Now we can take only 1 or 2 minutes. We are almost end of our program. Now over to our Professor Chennai, sir.
Amrit, sir.
Sir.
Very good. Congratulations. You have shown very beautiful films. Very impressive. Congratulations to you. Very good. So you tell me one point. Which quotation do you like in Aurobindo philosophy? You have shown beautiful films and quotations and everything. You tell 1 or 2 quotations or sentences you like.
Sir, I like that courage and love, sir. So because
courage and love.
Yes, sir. Courage and love are the only indispensable virtues, according to Aurobindo. What is happening now? Because of the silence of intellectual only, many problems are arising in the present days, sir. So they're supposed to be very courageous. So IAS officers, IPS officers, sometimes I feel the UPSC is not in a position to select a right candidate to become a collector or superintendent of police. If these 2 people are good, almost we can cover control 80% of the problems. They're supposed to serve for the people, but they are always away from the people. How they can understand the problems of people if they are not living with people, sir? Even
Ah,
our university
so
system also, executive members, they never interact with the students and teachers, but they are trying to make good things for the university. How it is possible? So sometimes the policies are, so they need this type of introspection, spiritual power, sir.
very good, Amrit sir. Very good expression. Very nice.
Because
So
the government of India told all the colleges and universities supposed to do the superannuation retirement age is 65, but still many state governments are not taking decisions. A right decision at right time. It is not happening.
so very good, Amrit sir. Do you have any memory why Aurobindo got imprisonment? Do you have any idea about that?
Sir, somewhere I read, but not I'm not getting right now to before our program.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay, Amrit.
what I got, he was there are two types of Mithavad and Ativad. So Aurobindo Ghosh, this way of approach is a radical way of approach. So because of his approach and some problems arise, Britishers, they are ready to arrest him. So to escape from the Britisher, that prison sentence, it is better to, and he realized also what is true love when he presidency jail. Then he realized this is not a real way of life. So all are equal, all animals, all living beings. That's why in the quotation also there is no difference between cat and dog and man. So
Very good,
this is because of his we can say self-realization only, sir. You rightly mentioned the answer of question to the one of participants' question. You answered there is no such type of guru to Aurobindo. He is himself is a guru for himself. He is a guru for himself. He was a guru for himself.
Yes, very good.
Aham
Very
Brahmasmi.
good. Yes. Yes. So your soul is your guru.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Don't
sir.
depend on your soul. Be a light for yourself. Your soul is a light for you. You take a help of your inner light, which is soul. So if you neglect your inner light, then there is a problem. That's why you have a light, but you are ignoring your inner light. That's why don't bother external things. You have a light. Follow the guidance of inner light, which is a soul. So that we find in the Aurobindo, in the great mystics also. Amrit sir, very good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good.
Thank you very much, sir. Here, Sushila madam is asking, he was a radical person and followed communist principles, sir. Very nice. Ma'am is always giving very extraordinary and new information, sir.
Yes. What she is asking?
He was a radical person and followed communist principles.
So it is there in the beginning stage because in the freedom movement he has taken extreme violent steps. So he realized that it is true in the beginning, but in the later stage he realized this is not good because he understood the consequences of the law of action. If you violence leads to violence. Bombing leads to bombing. Unhappiness leads to unhappiness. Means and ends are same. If you sow a good seed, you may get a good plant. If you sow a plant which is harmful, you may get the same result. So Aurobindo realized the consequences of actions. That's why I am going in the radical and negative and destructive sense. In the future, I may not get a very happiness. That's why should I show the violent seeds in my life? I have to free from this. So I have to free from inner shackles. That's why he escaped and he stayed silently in the yoga stage. Amrit
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Thank you very much, sir. So, with your
Welcome,
permission,
welcome.
may I go for vote of thanks, sir?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Professor Chennai, sir, for your wonderful keynote address and the discussion. Because our participants are always feeling happy, they are expressing many things. We are getting innovative things. These things are not available. And one more thing, even I mentioned philosophical things. Many things, people or philosophers or educationists, they are making complex, simple thing also. But your case is a reverse. You are making all the complex things into simple things. So that's why people can understand. Most
Thank you,
welcome,
Amrit
sir.
sir.
So that's why the people can understand philosophical things or concepts are very easy and useful for ever. But unfortunately, it is not reaching to the maximum people because of the different approaches of the philosophers. Sometimes whenever we say to others, I'm a student of philosophy, oh, maybe a mad, they think like that. So it is unfortunate, but philosophy is mother of all sciences, and Sanskrit is mother of all languages. Thank you very much, sir, for making us and enlightening. Always you are enlightening us. We are grateful to you from bottom of our heart. And we are grateful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Prabhasankar Sukla, sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Venkateswara University, Raja Reddy, sir, Professor Mipun, sir, Professor Dikshit, sir, Professor Kowar, ma'am, Professor Rajendra Prasad Bhartakur, sir, Dr. Srutosini Gogoi, madam, and all the participants. So actually, Professor Mithali Kowar, ma'am, is nicely encouraging Dr. Srutosini Gogoi, madam, and ma'am is also here. Just I am telling the duty for duty's sake. Professor Chennai sir never, no single day absent. Whenever sir attended any program outside the India, that is only. So I am always, we are meeting during second Saturday, Sunday, festivals. Really, we are grateful to Professor Chennai sir. This program
Thank you.
is a continuous. We are this is 42nd program. We are just 7 programs only to reach 50th program. This month of September, we are going to achieve it. Thank you very much, and we are grateful to all our participants.
Sir, how many programs? All programs we organized, all conferences, all workshops.
This is
from last year.
177th program, sir.
Wonderful. Congratulations, Amrit sir.
Thank you.
For a
Thank you,
small
sir.
thing, because we are not expecting anything. We are not acquiring anything, but our approach is only sharing, giving, helping. Just
Yes,
like
sir.
a fragrance of a flower. We are giving some good words.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For
Yes, sir.
happy, for welfare of people.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I am going for a national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind. Thank you. Please submit your feedback form. You will get your certificate immediately. Wishing all a very happy weekend and see you next Friday at 5 p.m. Yeah, please submit. One small request, it is just after stopping the record I can do. What I am always reading the feedback of our participants, but some of participants are sharing the feedback link with others. The number of participants now we can see 46, but they are submitting more than this. Please, humble request to the participants. If you are sharing with others, you yourself is decreasing your value. No use, please. Don't do that one. We are always ready to help you if you want. Those who are not attending, work is worship. So without work, according to Mahatma Gandhi, is a sin. Don't share. If someone is really joined and have any technical problem, it's okay. So YouTube viewers, please. Now the link will be stopped around 8 o'clock. So you have only 50 minutes. Please submit before 8 o'clock.